Yeah, we are live. Let's get her done right now. Welcome to Dodgers Digest. Brad J with you, slamming some black tea, and let's talk Dodgers because here we go. We're not far off. We got Shohei update for you. We got the new transaction that the Dodgers did. We got that story for you. Evan Phillips stories, predictions, Tanner Scott struggles, biggest MLB game or series of the year, Freed versus Gonsolin. We have it all, and it's all for you here on Dodgers Digest. You know what to do. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. But at least like and subscribe. Keep that going, reaching that 8,000 mark. We're small. We're small. I'm not the big guy, but we're having fun doing what we're doing. And that's what we're doing. We're Dodger fans, man. We're a step above. All right. Biggest series. And you really have got to say, this is the biggest series in all of baseball for this entire season. I mean, first of all, it's the World Series matchup from last year. Okay. No matter what, that makes it that. But the history between these two teams, this is an important one. And it's a chance for the Dodgers to send a message. It's a chance for the Yankees to think that they're going to try and send a message. All the trash talking that went down. There's bad blood. There's all kinds of stuff that goes through this, and we'll break down that. But let's talk, before we get down to that, let's talk Shohei for a second. Shohei on pace for 60. What are your thoughts on that one? Shohei on pace for 60. Do you think that Shohei, first off, is going to be able to do that? Do you think right now that he can do that? Because he's going to be pitching. So when he's going to be pitching, you have to think about, what does that mean for him? What does it mean for him? Exactly, right? Is he able to handle the pitching and get the numbers that he's looking to get? So that's the whole thing that you have to start thinking about with him. Like, straight up. Like, if he starts pitching, is he able to reach 60? I think he can reach 60. Just coming in from LC saying, what is, brother? Well, what is, man? Just pretty pumped up for a game that's still so far off. But can't wait for the Dodgers and looking. I got a positive feeling about this series. There's a lot of people that are negative on this whole thing, saying that the Yankees are the ones. But I don't know. I got a positive on this one, right? What is LC? Anything is possible, man. Exactly. Anything is possible 100% on that. And that's what we got to look for the Dodgers. So, Dodgers versus Yankees. I mean, this goes back to me as a little kid. I remember my first Dodger experience was like 1969 Dodger Stadium as a little kid going there. And who would have thought 35 years later I'd be DJing home games for 5 years for the Dodgers. And even after that, here we are doing Dodgers Digest. So much love for the team and so much want to see them answer back. And look, there's a lot of people talking a lot of trash about it. And the Dodgers, the stuff that I'm reading today, the stuff is kind of pointing towards Chris Taylor and Joe Kelly, because things they said on podcasts after the Dodgers beat the Yankees. Like Taylor saying they crapped down their leg. What Joe Kelly saying, just put the ball in play and it's going to find a way, or something like that. So all that stuff got thrown down. The Yankees didn't appreciate it, but you know what? A lot of the Yankees have taken the higher road and said, look, they can say what they want to say when you're the winner. And Aaron Judge just said, well, look, their big three didn't say anything. Like, Mookie didn't say anything. Freeman didn't say anything. Shohei didn't say anything. But it's the other guys that said something. So that was kind of a stab I thought that he took at it. But, whatever. We'll see how that goes with the Dodgers. But I feel positive on this. And the reason I'm feeling positive, if you look at the matchup, and if you look at the matchup between the two pitchers, right? And this is like, they haven't even put the lineup out yet, right? The lineup's not even out yet. So, but you can bet the way Roberts picks this team, he's going to pick this team who's had success against Freed. There's there's absolutely no way he's not picking the team that way. And if you go and look at it, look, and the lineup's not out right now. I just recently checked the lineup is not out. Shohei's batting 600 against Freed. He's had 5 at bats, so he hasn't had a lot of work against him, but he's batting 600. Edman. Look for Edman to get a start. Why? Because he's got 14 at bats against Fried. He's hitting 357 against him. Miggy Rowe. All right? Rojas is going to start. It's not predetermined, but Brad Stradamus is predicting a Rojas start because he's got the most at-bats against Fried, and he's kind of figured him out, hitting 333 against him, right? A lot of people are talking, hey, Muncy needs to get benched. Muncy's going to get a start. Muncy's going to get a start because he's batting 300 against Fried with 10 at-bats. Teo batting 200 with 10 at-bats. Freddie not doing quite well, but he'll look to answer back, and Kike batting 100 with 10 at-bats against Fried. So if you look at just the numbers on those, right? Okay. So Roberts likes to pick his team that way. I think, I don't think it's a bad way. I'm not arguing against it. I think it's a good way. I think that if you've got guys that have had success against pitchers that are really good, look, he's 7-0. He's trying to be the first MLB pitcher this year to go 8 wins, right? And he's got a good chance to do it against the Dodgers. But that's why he's going to play his odds. That's why Doc is going to play the odds. And Shohei obviously would be in there. But when it looks like the guys like Rojas and Muncy could sit or Edman could sit or whatever, those guys are going to get some playing time because, first of all, with Rojas batting 333 against him, he's seen him the most 27 freaking times. He's gone against him and he's hitting that. Right? And then if you look at Gonsolin, a lot of these guys don't have any history with Gonsolin at all. So he's new to him. Obviously, they can watch video and prepare for him. But I feel good about it because Judge has only had 2 at-bats against him. Grisham has had 14 at-bats, and he's hit some well. Goldie, he's got 7 at-bats against him, 286. So I feel like don't necessarily just say that this is done because Fried is pitching against the Dodgers and it's against Gonsolin. I seem to see that from a lot of people saying that that's the way it's going. So I don't, it doesn't get me. This one's Dodger Ralph 89 says, doesn't matter. It's the regular season. Of course it doesn't matter. It's the regular season. But we're talking about it, aren't we? Because this is awesome when the Dodgers get to play the Yankees for the first time since the World Series. So Dodger Ralph, I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about? This is actually good, right? LC says, we can hit Fried. His fastball is flat. And I hear that talk too. I've seen a lot of people saying the same thing. Michael Boyer checking in. Good afternoon, Brad and the Dodgers fan. What up, Boyer? Good to have you on. Tubby Chile, salute to everyone. Salute to you, Tubby Chile. Good to have you on board too as well. So that's it, man. It's on. And my prediction from the start has been, and you can laugh at me all you want, Dodgers are going to take 2 of these 3. That's what I'm thinking. Dodgers will take 2 of these 3. And if you look at the breakdown for the rest of it, okay. So what if the Dodgers get to Fried and they get a win out of this thing tonight, and the guys who've hit against them in the past can hit against them right now? If that can happen, well, then you got Knack on Saturday, but Yamamoto on Sunday. So I feel like with a win today, you're almost guaranteed that you're going to get 2 wins because Yamamoto's going to show up. He's going to put on a show. That's what he does. And I feel like, speaking of show, Shohei's going to put on a show because I feel that he's disappointed in his performance during the World Series. I mean, look, the Dodgers wouldn't even been in the World Series without Shohei and what he did last year. But he did not have the best World Series that he could have had. A lot of other guys stepped up. So, Shohei wants to prove himself in a very big way. And what a better time to do it on the big stage. All 3 games are national televised. You got Apple, which not a fan of the Apple show, that's for sure. But then you got, Fox National tomorrow night. Then you got ESPN on Sunday. So, and the shadows are going to be a little different because those aren't going to be traditional night games. So the Saturday and Sunday, got to keep an eye out on that. But I mean, that's it. And then you got the Mets in for 4 after that, which brings me to the signing of Alexis Diaz for Mike Villani. Some people are hyped on the trade. Some people are not hyped on the trade. I'm hyped on the trade because the guy's a former All-Star. And he's, is he 28? He's not even 30 yet. And his brother, Edwin, is the closer for the Mets. And he's his older brother. So I think this is a good mix. I think the Dodgers are going to find the spot for him. And you know what? With the struggles of Tanner Scott right now, I think we need him. I think we need him. Obviously, we need him to clean up and make it happen, right? Alfonso Lucia, I haven't seen the lineup. Has anyone seen it? No, I predicted the lineup. So here's my prediction of the lineup on how Roberts would do that. Shohei, DH, leads it off. Betts up second, shortstop. Freeman up third, first. Right field, Tail. He would be batting cleanup. Center field, Edmund would be batting in the fifth spot. Muncy the sixth, playing third. Obviously, Kim or Rojas. I think Rojas is going to get the start in the seventh spot because of his what he's done against Fried in the past. Pajes after that, and then ending with rushing, catching. I feel like rushing's going to catch. Like, I don't know why, but I think that if you're going to give Will Smith a good break, giving him the day off and then giving him the next day, I think that's a good one, and it puts rushing in. Now, once again, have not seen the lineup, so do not know what the lineup is. Michael Boris says, Brad sounds right. And Bruce Davis, hi, Dodgers Digest Nation. What's up? And, yeah, Turbo is the same thing. Turbo Duran, thank you for this. I hate when they do this. The Dodgers game is on Apple TV, and the people don't have Apple TV. I have Dodgers Channel, and they're not on showing it. And I have Dodgers Channel, too, but I actually got Apple TV, and I didn't want to get it, but I got it because there was enough games that were listed on there that I felt like, you know what, I'm going to have to get Apple TV because there's going to be some big games. And so tonight, I don't want to miss that. So get Apple TV if you got to. If you haven't got Apple TV, I think, can't you just sign up for like, what is it, a week or something like that? I mean, they got some good series when you do get it, but it's like you watch it for like a month and you're just kind of over it after that. But yeah, I'm paying for it because I wanted to make sure I have it. But I'm not a fan of the commentators they use on that show too as well. And I just don't think the way they put that together is as good as what they do on a regular basis. So the national games for Fox, I'm down with that, ESPN. But the Apple one, oh, man, I don't know about that. W Chili, what up, Turbo? What up, man? Good to have you along. All right, so we talk about Warren versus Knack. I don't want to get ahead of myself. That's tomorrow's game, but you've got to think about that one. A lot of people are saying Knack's going to get roughed up pretty hard. I don't think so. I feel like Knack has a good shot of doing good because he did good more recently, and I think that he's in a better headspace. Even when you see him like in the dugout, hanging out in the dugout, you just see a different Knack there. I don't know. There's something about him just where he just seems like he's a little more comfortable in the skin. So I'm feeling like he could do well for us. I mean, look, even if he gave up 4 runs, Dodgers can hit Warren. Warren is going against Knack tomorrow night, and Warren has proven the Dodgers can hit him. So there's a very good shot at it. That's why I say the Dodgers have a chance to get 3 of these if they take care of the first one and get to Fried early. Because once again, you got Yamamoto, who's going to be bringing up on the 3rd day, which is going to be on Sunday. Bad blood between the two teams. Do you believe that? Do you believe all the hype on that? The bad blood and the things said, like what Chris Taylor said, you know, what Joe Kelly said, what every single, it seems like there was so much, even what Boone said, the manager, like there was so much talk. But look, when you win the World Series, whether you think that's the way to act or not, you can still do what you want. You can still say what you want because you got the bragging rights. And yeah, you don't see Mookie, you don't see Shohei or Freddie getting on the mic and putting some quotes in there. They're going to keep it PC all the way. But I don't know. Sometimes I think it makes it fun. I think it makes baseball a little bit fun, a little bit more trash talking. I'm okay. Yeah, if you're a purist, you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it. But for me, I just think it's something that it's okay for the game. All right. The Yankees are favored. And I get it. They just swept the Angels, and I know the Dodgers got swept the Angels, but that's just, look, Dodger players were not playing well, pitching wasn't going well, and that's what happened, all right? It's not like because the Angels swept the Dodgers, like, oh, they're better? No. But the Yankees, they swept them, fair enough, and so a lot of trash talking going towards the Dodgers saying they're going to get cleaned up by the Yankees, and I just don't feel that way. Yankees are a favorite at home, and the Dodgers have a great record at home. So for me, it's like, I don't know. I don't think that's a big deal right there because they do have a great record at home. And what are they in the wins and loss columns? They're only separated by like a game or two. That's all there is. And then plus all the negative talk of the Dodgers, especially like, oh, their starting pitching is dismantled and everything's going to the moon. Everything's horrible. They're still in first place by 2 games. They are still in first place by 2 games. It is okay. Deep breath. Okay, deep breath. We're okay. So don't get caught up in it. I know I tend to. I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. I've been called some names before. Debbie Downer, Chicken Little. I've heard all kinds of stuff. But I like it. So don't get caught up because, look, all the Dodgers have to do is, because the perfect storm is coming. I've talked about the perfect storm a bunch of times. And you know what the perfect storm is, right? Right? For those of you who don't know the perfect storm is coming. Okay? As a surfer, I'm going to say that. But let me explain the perfect storm. Because Snell, right, coming back. Glasnow, coming back. Right? Sasaki, coming back. Right? All these guys coming back. Shohei going to start pitching too as well. And this is all predicted to happen after the All-Star break. So for the Dodgers, look, you got a month and a half, 45 days before you play the All-Star game. And then you're going to have the perfect storm. All the top Dodger starters will be back. It's all going to come together. They're going to fire on all cylinders, and they're going to crush it through the rest of July, the final 2 weeks, and they're going to have the most awesome August, and they'll get into the postseason, and then get out of the postseason by winning the World Series. They'll get the crescendo. Back-to-back World Series wins. That's how it's going to go. The perfect storm is what's going to start all this off. Roy, lineup is out. No Mookie. Okay, so Alfonso just says the lineup is out. And Mookie not in it. And you know what? Mookie was not hitting him well at all. So that goes exactly with what he does, what Roberts does, right? Dodgers need Ohtani to start pitching. It's about time. But that's what I keep telling you, the perfect storm. It's all going to come together. And so if the Dodgers just hold it together, keep that number 1 spot, hold that number 1 spot, and then everybody comes back, and then it's just, we're all happy as pigs in, you know the thing. All right? All right, is the lineup out? Let's see. I want to see the lineup out right now. Because if the lineup is out, let's see how close. Because I predicted the lineup. And I predicted the Dodgers would play the guys that I was talking about. Oh, I just got to see this. Is it out? Let's see. It is out. Okay. All right. So I said Edman would play for sure because he's had a lot of work. So Edman does get the start. Conforto is back in. And did I call it or not? I called Rojas, Miggy, to get in no matter what because he's got the best numbers against him. So correctamundo on that. Ohtani will lead it off with Teo batting second. Will Smith in the turn spot. So rushing, I was wrong on not getting the start. Freeman in the cleanup spot. Pajes 5, 6 Edman, 7 Kike gets in. You always want Kike. He's a spark plug in games like this. And Conforto will be in too as well. So now I don't know how some of you are a fan of the Conforto thing going on, but look, he had a home run the other game. You gotta keep sending him out there. Dave Roberts is not gonna not send him out there. He's gonna keep getting him out there. But he's also admitted that the leash is getting shorter. And if he has to make the change, he will make the change. So, $17 million. That's what you paid for 1 year with this guy. So, Do you just give him till now? And look, is he hurting the team? Look, he had the home run recently. What if he comes out, he starts hitting? I mean, because remember, he started the season with a little bit of a bang. He actually did good, and then the slump happened. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm not a fan of that start, but you know what? That's what Roberts is going to pick. All right, so Dodgers always do good against Fried. This is from Roy Estrada. Thanks, Roy. We are familiar with Fried. We have World Series lineup minus Muncy and Conforto. What is it? Dodgers need Ohtani to start pitching. It's about time. That's not going to happen until after All-Star break when the perfect storm happens. Conforto against Fried. Yep. Roy, I kind of feel the same way. And Eddie. Hello, Brad J. What's up, Eddie? Good to have you on. Yeah, I really wanted to see Rush again, and I really wanted to see that happen. So, and then you want to see Kim get some more playing time. What is going on with that? Kim not getting the playing time that you want to see him get. But, that's maybe it's more about you got to kind of earn it, and that's the thing. But yeah, Miggy Rowe getting the start here. I think that's a good call because you go back to what he's done, and he's got no other member of the Dodgers have more at bats against Fried than Rojas does. 27 at bats, and he's batting 333 off him. I mean, everybody else. The next one would be Edman has 14 at bats, who's batting 357. So a chance for Edman to do his thing too. So Dodgers coming through, putting a good lineup together, and this is big for the season. Like we talk about, you see guys saying, "Hey, it's just regular season game. It doesn't matter." It matters in the eyes of Dodger fans because we're, the Yankees are the hated ones. But so are the Giants. Don't get me wrong. And Padres are like that too. But the number one hated team against the Dodgers is going to be the Yankees. That's why I've always said that I want the Yankees to make it to the World Series again against the Dodgers again so the Dodgers can beat them again. That's what I want to see. Like other people, I want to see a new team in there. No, I don't. I want to see the best team. And usually it's the Yankees by the end of the season. So I want to see the Yankees and the Dodgers go at it again. Because to me, that's the best one you want to get. That's the best lineup, and that's the best option to have. So talking about it earlier, Shohei on pace for 60. Do you think that Shohei will get 60? Comment below. Let's see him below. I'd like to see that. I think Shohei will get 60, but it's going to happen probably last 2 weeks of the season. He'll need like 3 or something like that to get the 60 mark because it's going to be harder for him once he starts pitching to be able to reach that 60 mark. For sure. Mike Trout from the Angels is playing tonight. That's good to hear from an LA Dodgers fan. Mike Trout's not the same guy. I mean, if you're the Angels, at what point do you start thinking about Mike Trout as more of a DH and taking him out of the outfield? I don't know. Here's Eddie being positive. Thank you, Eddie. Conforto will come around Muncy too. Thank you. All right? Yeah, you're not going to see me. I mean, I'm going to tell you batting averages and what people are doing through the season, but I'm not going to say this guy needs to sit. I mean, Conforto, I probably wouldn't have given him as long as Roberts had given if I was in that position, but I'm not in that position. But if I was, I probably would give him a little less than what he gave him. But, I mean, look, he came around, got a home run, and you saw the smile on his face. If you watch that game, you see him after the game, he's happy. Like, that's what you need because baseball is such a routine. You have to be in your happy place. You have to feel comfortable. And the only way to feel comfortable is to get through those down times. Like, you want to be able to stay in the show, but you got to know how to get out of those down times. And that's what Conforto has to do. And sometimes you got to hit your way out of it. And that's what Doc wants him to do. So Ohtani will get 50 home runs, but not 60. That is from Coach from the High Desert. What's up, Coach G? Yep. I mean, I see your point. I see your take. I like your take on that because it's going to be hard for him to be able to keep up the pace, especially if he has to take in pitching as well, because the pitching is going to take something out of him. There's no doubt about it. But he's at 20 right now. I feel like he's going to send a message in this series because the fact, and I'll go back to it before, because even during the World Series, Shohei is the reason, one of the main reasons the Dodgers got to the World Series. No doubt about that. You cannot take that away from the guy, right? But he did not perform the way he feels that he could perform during the World Series. So that's against the Yankees. So you want to shine against the best team. So if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And if you're Shohei at this point, you're a very proud man, and he wants to show up and do Shohei style things. It hit balls really hard out of the park. He's back home. So look for him to go big. I'm looking for him to go big. This is his opportunity. He tends to shine when he needs to. And Shohei will shine again on this one. And once again, I think he's going to get the 60. Look, you're still looking at this. You're still looking at 6 weeks till the All-Star break. So 6 weeks until the All-Star break, I really feel that he can do that in that amount of time. Because in 6 weeks, how many home runs could he get? Another 10 in that amount of time? That puts him at 30. What if he gets another 15 or something like that? He's hitting more home runs now in 56 games than he's done, his entire career. So something is up. He's hitting the ball well. He's seeing the ball well. And you just look for him to keep it going. That's what it is. This one's from Michael Boyer. It says, the Yankees and the Dodgers World Series are always classic and the most desired from LA and New York's perspective. They're the number 1 and 2 market in all of media. So in television and radio, print, whatever you want to call it, New York and LA are the top markets. There's no doubt about it. It's a big thing for baseball when the two teams go head to head. And this goes back to when I was a little kid, when the Dodgers got beat by Reggie Jackson. What was it, the 77, 78 World Series? That was tough for me to swallow as a little kid, man. I remember just walking up and down the street outside of my house crying like a little baby. And so that stuck with me. That stuck with me for such a long time. And I've never been a Reggie fan ever because of that. And I heard that he's not a nice guy anyway. So that just made it even better for me not to like the guy. But because of those years, and yes, Dodgers got even, 81, 88. Yeah. They got 81. They got the World Series. Yeah, I get that. But still, no matter what, those two weighed so much on me as a little kid that that couldn't be part of that ever again. So for me, I want to see the Dodgers literally continue to beat the Yankees in the World Series. So even, I've always predicted the Dodgers are going to win the World Series this year. I don't predict who they're going to win it against. But even if they beat the Yankees this year again in the World Series, I'd want them to face them again the next year, right? In 2026, and beat them again. That's how much that meant to me as a kid. So you can say the Giant rivalry is a bigger one. It's not. The Yankee rivalry with the Dodgers goes back years and years when Vin Scully was a little dude, right? All right. Let's read a couple of these things out. Nathaniel Crenshaw. How about 70 home runs for Ohtani? I don't think he can do it with pitching. I really don't. I think once he starts pitching, it's going to be harder to hit home runs frequently. That's all. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just guessing the workload might be too much to get to 70. But man, how awesome would that be? I mean, if he was just DH and he wasn't pitching at all, I could almost get down with that whole 70 deal. But you need to have 35. You'd need 15 more by All-Star break. But look, 6 weeks till All-Star break. You got time, right? Edman with a home run, too, hopefully. Love to see Edman get back on track because, listen, he's been off. And he's not the Edman that we had in the postseason last year, and his numbers have shown it. And it might just be a slight funk. Some people say the ankle, but he doesn't say the ankle is what it is. So might be a hitch in the swing, what's going on. But you want to see Edman get back on track. You definitely do. And he bats good against Fried, so this would be an opportunity for that to happen right now. That definitely would be. Turbo Duran wants to see Max Muncy with a home run too. I think we all would. I think we'd all really like to see a Conforto home run. Like, raise your hand if you want to see a Conforto home run. Yep. We would like to see that because that would also mean that if he does that, oh, his leash just got longer because that's 2 games within 3 or 4 that he's been solid. So he's definitely going to send him out there. Roy, Brad, how long do we wait for Conforto and Muncy to turn it around? It's like waiting to hit the lotto. I like my odds on winning the lotto. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true, right? But, I mean, Muncy has kind of turned it around a little bit, right? He's batting 211. Okay, that's not good. But it's better than what he was batting. I think he was down to 120 at one point. So he's coming back. He's coming back. A lot of errors, though. I mean, what does he have? 8 errors or 9 errors, something like that. So that's not good. We don't want to see him have that many errors. That is definitely something that we don't want to see. The errors we need to get rid of. So love to see him do good, though. Really love to see him do good. Boy, it'd really help his overall case there too. Here's Eddie. As an 80s kid, I was a Dodger fan since 88 when LA versus Oakland in the World Series. I was literally in Malibu at my mom's house, hanging, watching the World Series. And you can tell me that I'm full of it or not. But when Kirk Gibson came up, I didn't say he was going to hit a home run, but I looked at my buddy who was there and I go, what if he hits a home run right now? And literally, he hit a home run right then. So I didn't predict it. I wish I would have just said he was going to do it because then it would have sounded better, but I did. That was a big thing for me, right? More Dodger stuff. I love this, man. You guys are just firing off. I can't even keep up. Roy Estrada says, once he winds up when he throws to first base, that's not good for infielders. When you wind up, you give runners more steps down the line, hence beats out throws or Muncy's wild throw. And yeah, it's just been a little difference. He is definitely not. I mean, he played third base better than that last year. He didn't have as many errors. I mean, look, 8 or 9 right now. That's not the numbers you want to see him have, right? You definitely. But what's your opinion on the series, though? I'm still predicting that the Dodgers are going to take 2 of 3 of these games, and I'm not counting out tonight because, like I said, there's dudes that have success against Fried. Dodgers can get to them. They're at home. They have a great home record when they play at home. So, and Gonsolin, a lot of these guys have not seen him. Yeah, Judge, Grisham, and Goldie, they've all seen him a bunch. Not a bunch, but they've had a few at-bats. I mean, Grisham, like I said, he's seeing him. So watch out for Grisham tonight because he's had 14 at-bats against him, and he's batting .429. So he's the one guy that if I'm Gonsolin out there, I'm gonna pay attention to him and then Judge as well. So biggest MLB series of the year. And I don't know how you could even doubt that, right? Can you even doubt that? This is obviously the biggest one of the year. There's no way this is not the biggest one of the year, right? Because it's your World Series, 2 teams from the World Series going at it. All right, let's talk about Tanner Scott, the struggles. Dodgers pick up Diaz, former All-Star closer who has been in AAA. He's had trouble this year. I don't know if you like the deal on that, but he's a young dude. He's not, I think he's 28, but I feel like Alexis Diaz can help the Dodgers. His brother is the closer for the Mets, and so the timing of this seems a little crazy, like, because after we finish 3 against the Yankees, it's 4 against the Mets. And with Diaz on the team, will the Dodgers bring him up for the 40-man roster? That's the key right there. But I like the move. He was a former All-Star a couple years ago, just 2 years ago, and he's not even 30 yet. So, yes, he's had some trouble this year. He has not pitched a lot up in the majors, but he went down in the minors, and he's been pitching a lot down there. So, you're what? Just his ERA is horrible, but I think it's a little hitch. The Dodgers seem to be able to handle that. So, we'll see. Dodgers got 3 against the Yankees all coming up. It's going to be on Apple today, Fox National tomorrow, and then on Sunday it will be on ESPN. That's going to do it, Dodgers Digest. I'm Brad J. Thanks for tuning in. Always subscribe, like, and turn on those notifications. As you go through the day, let's go Dodgers. Time to take 2 or 3 or sweep them damn